All right, hello and welcome everybody to Castify Podcast. Today we'll be talking about the NBA and our predictions for the whole 2019-2020 NBA season. Today I have with me Mystery, also known as Ben. We have Marvin and
Hello.
myself. Yeah, hello. So first, we're going to talk about the regular season and who we think is going to stand where they are from the first seed to the 15th seed. First, Ben, can you go first?
All right, so my 15th seed, I have the 9 and 73 Charlotte Hornets. There's pretty much no bright spots on this team. You have Miles Bridges, I guess, who has like a little bit of potential, maybe like a stretch four, just a decent three. Um,
You're stupid.
I mean, there's Rozier is not good. League Monk hasn't really showed a whole lot. I guess if he could average like 15 efficiently, Miles Bridges the same, and like Rozier like 14 and 8, they could win like 20 games, but like they are really really bad. Um, I don't see any way they win 15 plus games, honestly. Um, Next up, I have the 21 and 63 New York Knicks. They added a bunch of pieces in the offseason, but I expect a lot of those guys to be gone by the trade deadline, like Marcus Morris, the guys on the 1 year deal. Randall's cool. Barrett's cool. I want to see DSJ actually average some, assists and not just be an inefficient scorer who can't shoot. Um, yeah, that's all I really got for the Knicks. I have the Cavs at 24 and 58. Um, I mean, Sexton, Garland, Kevin Love's probably going to get traded. If Kevin Love stays, those two play really well, and then you have like maybe a Tristan Thompson or something that steps up. I could see them winning like 35 games, but probably not much more than that. I don't think they can make the playoffs. Next up, I have Chicago at 27 and 55. I think this is like the last step of their rebuild. I think they're bad this year, and then they'll start being good again. They definitely could be like an 8 seed, though. It just depends, honestly, on health. Laurie Markkinen, Wendell Carter, fuck, what's his name? The shooting guard, what's his fucking name?
Levine,
Yeah, Levine. Um,
brainless.
yeah, I mean, you right. Like, they're not bad. It's just they're really young. Um, if do they have max cap space in like 2021? Because if they could add like a guy like Giannis or even like a Paul George or something, I think that team could be really really good. Next up, I have Atlanta, 29 and 56 as the 11th seed. Kind of the same thing as Chicago. They're really young. Trey Young, John Collins, both really really good. Um, I mean, there's not really much more to say about that. If they could get like a James Wiseman, I think this team could be really, really fucking good. Cam Reddish hit some threes. DeAndre Hunter played defense. They could be really, really good. Next up, I have the Washington Wizards at 34 and 48. I think this is like Kemba with like Charlotte all over again. Um, they're not going to be good enough to like make the playoffs, and if they do, it's an 8 seed. But they're like not bad enough to be the worst team. So I think like 34 wins about. And then the 9 seed, I have Detroit. They're like the perpetual Kemba, but just never having a Kemba. I guess Blake Griffin, if you really want to say that, but like, eh. Um, they probably don't win. I have them at 37-45. I don't know if I said that, but I don't see really. I mean, they could definitely be the 8 seed. Not gonna rule it out, but yeah. I mean, they're not bad. Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, Luke Kennard, my boy Tony Snell. Yeah, that's it.
All
Preacher.
right, now we'll move on to my 15 and 9. First up, we have the very obvious, probably the worst of the league, the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, yeah, they signed Terry Rozier to a big contract. Now they have like no cap room for the next 4 years for that position, and they have some young players like PJ Washington, Miles
Oh, I forgot to talk
Bridges.
about PJ Washington.
Yeah, it's my turn. Shut up. Anyway, I was saying, um, yeah, the Hornets, they're really bad. Hopefully next year they get a good draft pick. At number 14, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, not much of an explanation either. They have Colin Sexton, Garland, and Kevin Love, but like Ben said, Kevin Love's probably gonna get traded, probably to a contender team, maybe as the Blazers, and then after that they'll probably just tank and get like another draft pick.
Okay, I don't want to
Like
cut
last
you
year.
off, but could you imagine a team with Kevin Love with Damian Lillard? Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good team if that actually happens. I don't know how they pull it off. All right, number 13, I have the New York Knicks. The Knicks, I mean, I wish they got a big time free agent. They should have given the max to Kevin Durant, but they decided not to. For
Yeah,
some
wait, didn't they
weird reason.
didn't they like not give a max to Kevin Durant because he wasn't going to be available this
Yeah,
season?
because he was injured and they thought he was coming back the same. Yeah, they're
Knicks
pretty
are gonna
stupid.
Knicks.
Yeah, pretty much the worst franchise in the NBA right now, but not the worst like in terms of players. They have Randall Smith Jr., Kevin Knox. But yeah, they have a good young team, but they need to develop. I hope next year will be better. Fighting for the 9th seed. All right, number 12. I have the Atlanta Hawks. I think they'll be a good team, but they're young players. They also need to develop. Trae Young will be obviously like the main point of the team. He'll be good, but they still need to develop like always. They really have any veterans besides like Vince Carter on that team. So yeah.
Fucking 22 years
Anyway,
old.
yeah, 42.
Well, no, I
He
mean
should be
like
in.
22 years in the NBA. Like
No,
that's
no, no,
fucking
shut up.
insane.
No, shut
No,
up.
no, no,
No, shut up.
fuck you.
No, no, fuck you. All right, my turn.
No,
All
no,
right.
no, no.
All right. Anyway, number 11, we have the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls, they can honestly be from anywhere from like 9 to like 13, in my opinion, because like it depends on Zach Levine and Markkinen, obviously, and their health and their um, way they play. Honestly, yeah, it's just them. And if they're good players like Kobe White can do good this season, maybe they could go up a little bit to like the 9th, maybe the 8th. I don't see the 8th, but maybe like a little higher. Number 10, I have the Wizards. Well, John Wall's injured. I mean, it's all I really got to say. They really got like no good point guard they can really rely on. Bradley Beal will obviously do good, but then after that,
Who is
they
their
have
point guard?
Thomas.
Isaiah
Actually,
Thomas.
oh
Isaiah Thomas. I was gonna say Satoransky's in Chicago now.
yeah. Yeah. Besides that,
Isaiah Thomas. That's awful.
Yeah, no, right.
Well, and Beal isn't good at defense either. That's probably like the worst defensive backcourt in the league.
Now, number
Christ.
9, you guys might get mad at me, but I have the Orlando Magic here. Well, yeah, I think the other team I'm listing number 8 is gonna do better than them for many reasons, and that's pretty much it for my 9 to 15. Now we're going to Marvin.
Yo,
Go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
wait. So.
Yeah,
so-
it's you.
Oh, so we're in the West. All right. So for
No,
number
we're in the
15,
East.
I got. Oh, my bad.
Were you even listening?
Yeah.
Bruh.
We got. So number 15, we got Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. He's gonna make the playoffs. He's gonna flex on them. He's gonna win the championship 2020 right there. Number 14, we got Charlotte Hornets with Terry Rozier.
Scary Terry.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Don't got anything else. New York Knicks, number 13. A lot of young players like Guido Sen. Chicago Bulls we have for number 12. I mean, it's mostly because they have young players. Like, there's nothing significantly wrong with them. Just the
They're
young
just really
core.
young.
Yeah, just Atlanta Hawks, same thing. Like, veteran player, singular. So for number 10, I got Orlando Magic.
Wait, does Atlanta have anyone that's like over, other than Vince Carter, over 30?
They might wait. I don't even know.
Is Alex Len still on that team? What is he?
Well, actually, I think he might be there. I don't even know.
I think he's like 27.
All right,
Fuck.
next, Myron, keep going. Finish up.
All right, so for number 9, I have my team, the Washington Wizards. I mean, obviously, this year's our last year rebuild. We get John Wall next year. You know, it's gonna be a whole nother
Second round exit.
playoffs.
Second round exit.
Bruh. The Miami Heat are definitely gonna be like fucking number 15 next year. So
I could see it.
once Jimmy Butler leaves, it's over. You know.
He's here for the next 4 years.
And then
Till he
Dragic is
wants
getting
out.
traded, so you know it's over.
We have Winslow.
Winslow's getting injured, and he's never gonna come back.
Okay, anyway, So that's
No, Wall
your
Street.
that's
Oh,
your
yeah,
9.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
For the West.
So then it goes back to me. I have Orlando, 40 and 42. I want to see what they do at center because they have guys like Mo Bamba. You signed Vucevic the long deal. How they want to work that out. Then they have Aaron Gordon, who I think is like, some people say he's underrated. I think he's probably like the most overrated player in the NBA. There's like nothing other than dunking that he really does like super well. He's not a great shooter. He's not a good passer. He isn't a great rebounder. He's kind of undersized for the 4. I don't know. I'm not a huge Aaron Gordon guy, but then you have like John Isaac. I'm a huge fan of. Markelle Fultz. We'll see if he does anything. I doubt it, to be honest. Like maybe some splashes here.
Today.
I saw that actually. Yeah. So shout out to him. Happy for him, but I don't know if this will be the year. They have like Fournier, Terrence Ross, Alfred Camino was like one of the worst contracts. Was he like 3 years, $39 million, something like shit like that. Like just not a good contract. Bad teams want to be bad. Next up, you guys are gonna get mad. I have the Pacers at 44 and 38. I think they struggle without Oladipo. There's nobody on the team that really creates their own shot. Miles Turner and Sabonis are big guys. They're not gonna always be able to make their own shot. Brogdon is kind of overrated because he was surrounded by a shit ton of talent in Milwaukee. And I think he's going to get kind of exposed when he is really slow off the dribble. People are going to be able to guard him, and he's not going to be as efficient. When this team gets Oladipo back, though, I think they could go on a little bit of a run. Next up, I have the Raptors with the same record, about 44 and 38. I think, the Pacers are going to be, really bad in the first half and pretty good in the second half. I think the Raptors are just going to be kind of the same throughout the whole year. They're going to be decent, just not amazing. No DeRozan, no Kawhi. Lowry is getting older. Gasol's getting older. Serge Ibaka is getting older. this is probably their last year of being decent. Pascal's going to be pretty fucking good, though. Next up, I have the 5-seeded Miami Heat. Good old Perujo's team.
I love you.
46 and 36. I love Bam. I really like Jimmy Butler, and I think Hero could be pretty good, not great. I think some Heat fans kind of overrate him a little bit already. I want to see them when Butler's out for these few games. Who's gonna make the shot for him? Because right now it's is it Olynyk? Is it Justice Winslow? Is it Hero? You have to find that next guy because Butler's not always gonna be there. That's my only concern with them. Honestly, I could see them winning 50 games if things fall their way. Next up, I have the 4-seeded Boston Celtics. The Celtics don't have a big guy that I trust. Kanter fucking sucks on defense. Robert Williams is young, so is Grant Williams. They could win 50 games, but I wouldn't also be shocked if they win 45, so somewhere in that range. All right, this is where people are going to get mad at me, though. 3-seed, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. 51 and 31. I don't buy the Sixers at all, really. I think they've overachieved up to this point. If Ben Simmons can hit 35% of his threes and 2 a game, that would help them a lot, but I don't think it's going to happen. Horford is going to average 9 and 6, and people are going to be like, why'd you give him a max? But that's exactly what he's been doing. People are saying that they're going to be able to wall out Giannis in the playoffs, but they can't shoot the ball. I mean, if Josh Richardson isn't on the floor, they don't have a shooter, and I don't see it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. 2-seed, I have the Brooklyn Nets, even without Kevin Durant winning 52 games. I think Kyrie is going to be MVP level. I think he's going to show people that Boston was a little bit of fluke for him, and Karis LeVert's another year, hopefully not injured. I love Jared Allen. I think he should start over DeAndre Jordan. They have DeAndre Jordan. They add him, another season of Karooks. It's a good team. I like them. Joe Harris, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, my favorite team, the Milwaukee Bucks, I have going 61 and 21.
Bias.
A little bit, but at the same time, I actually think they did get better this offseason. A lot of people are going to be disagreeing with that because the name Brogdon is bigger than a lot of other people. Brogdon was a very, very good fifth option. He is not worth 19 to 21 mil. And I think he's going to be shown as that. They got guys like Robin Lopez. They got a future first-round pick. They got, what's the shooter from Cleveland and Utah? Just saw him, Corver. They added a lot of pieces. They got George Hill back. It's a really, really good team. They're really deep. I just want to see Giannis. It's the most oversaid thing is that, if Giannis gets a jump shot, it's over. I want to see him just be confident. Even if he's not making them at first, just be confident, take the shot. I'm okay with that. Chris Middleton needs to step up. You get the max offer, you need to play like a max player. No more of the 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists kind of nights. You have to be that guy if you want to get that money. And, I think that's it for me. I think I'm good. Other than the Nets thing, I don't think anything is too crazy.
All right. Now we're going to my predictions for these. Something making mad at me for this, but that's why I think. Number 8, I have the Detroit Pistons. Well, I like D Rose on them because D Rose is like last year in the Wolves. People don't talk about that much, but he's really good. 18 points a game, like that's 40% shooting.
That was off the bench, right?
Yeah, off the bench, he's gonna do really well for the Pistons. He's a good backup to Reggie Jackson, and now they have Drummond and Blake Griffin back from injury whenever he gets back. They'll be really good. Number 7 are the Pacers. It's pretty self-explanatory. No Oladipo until December, late December around there. So they'll struggle for like the first half of the season, maybe. And then once he gets back, he won't be the same for like a little bit, maybe until like January. Then he'll start performing like before, maybe better. Then I like the new talent Brogdon, but they don't have that much after that. They have Turner, they have Sabonis.
What do you feel about Brogdon?
Brogdon, he might be a little overpaid, just a little bit, but I think he'll be good. 50, 40, 90 shooter, very nice. Number 6, people might get mad with this, but I have the Brooklyn Nets here.
Wow.
But you might be surprised, but the Nets, until they get KD, I don't see them doing that great. Maybe they'll do like 6 seed good. I like their bench and their team around Kyrie. They like Jarrett Allen, Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie. All of them.
I forgot to say Dinwiddie. Yeah, I love Dinwiddie.
And DeAndre Jordan obviously is there now. But yeah, next year they'll probably be like a 2nd, 3rd seed bound team maybe. Next, I have the 5th seed Miami Heat. This is my team, obviously. I'm not trying to be as biased as I usually am. I like Jimmy Butler, obviously, our new All-Star. I like Bam Adebayo. He's a nice developing player. Winslow is going to play the point for us. Drogic's going to come off the bench for us as 6th man. He said he wanted to, so he'll be a nice backup point guard. And then we have now Derrick Jones Jr. We have a lot of young guys like Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, who's surprised a lot of people. Next year will be really good. Number 4, I have the Toronto Raptors here. Now, I think this year they'll surprise a lot of people in terms of how good they do. They have Siakam's going to improve even more. Brad Bleed's still there. Lowry, Gasol, and Ibaka. The team on paper is really good, so I want to see them perform that well. Number 3, I have the Boston Celtics. I don't think they'll overachieve. I think they'll do like around 3rd or 4th seed good. They have Jaylen Brown, obviously. They signed the deal that was kind of a questionable.
No, he's so overpaid.
Yeah, now
he hasn't done anything at an elite level other than maybe you could say defense as a wing player, but like 110 mil for a guy that might be pretty good is just, I don't know, that's such a reach.
Yeah. And then after that they have Jason Tatum, they have Walker. He'll probably do good as well. They lost Al Horford, which is a huge loss, and Kyrie, of course. And Marcus Morris, as a matter of fact. They lost all those 3 guys, so that's like a hit to the face on the team. And their defense is not going to be as good as last year, but it'll still be pretty good. Now, 2nd seed, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow.
I like their defense a lot. They have Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, what's his name, Josh Richardson, and
Horford.
Tobias, Horford. But Tobias Harris, he's gonna be their like main shooting guy, and Richardson. So I don't see any other like attacking like offensive weapons they have. But defensively, that's probably what will bring them good in games. Number one, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think it's much of a surprise for me. Obviously, they added just many people like Wesley Matthews, like Kyle Korver, like the Robin Lopez guy, and I don't like Middleton's max deal. That's me personally. They kind of went overboard with it. I wish they didn't.
Well, the thing
I
I
wish
saw
they,
was like if they didn't offer him a max or close to it, he was gonna leave.
yeah, but I guess so. And then, yeah, I mean the Bucks. I feel like they have a chance at the finals, obviously, but this is me. And I'm done. All right, Marvin, you're the last guy. Go ahead.
All right, for East, I got number 8, the Indiana Pacers. You know, like Ben said, they're not gonna be able to do much without Oladipo until he comes back. But they have a pretty like 8th seed solid team. Um,
Not a team you
with
want to see as an eighth seed
Sabonis.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean the team's lower. Like I don't think they'd go
No,
above
I'm
them.
saying like if you're like say Milwaukee and you roll a number one seed and you end up playing
Oh,
Indiana in the first round, like
oh yeah,
that's kind of it's a tough matchup because they're a good
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah, of course. But yeah, like Miles Turner, like, he's one of my favorite players. He's been doing pretty good. But yeah, that's what I have for number 8. Number 7, I have Detroit Pistons. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond, when they were a team, it was pretty stale. Like, you know, they were just like decent, like nothing extraordinary.
Yeah.
They were just there. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm
Yeah, I agree with that.
it's like just like a first round. Just not
Like they were the
good.
most eight seed team ever.
Yeah. Number 6, I have Miami Heat. Got a pretty good young players like Tyler Hero. Like he's been surprising me. Well, who else they have?
Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick
No.
Nunn. They got him. Goran Dragic is probably gonna break his leg. Bam. I mean,
Oh my god.
I think Bam will do pretty good.
Bro, I was
Especially
drinking water. I
defense.
almost spit that shit out. Oh my god.
Um, number 5, I got Boston Celtics.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be like that good. I mean, who do they have? Jalen Brown,
Well, like
Tatum, like
I mean, no one's talked about Hayward
Walker.
yet either. We didn't talk about Kemba. Like, I don't know. They could, like I said, they could win 50 games, and it really wouldn't shock me. But like, they could also win like 42, and because they don't have a good big at all on roster. Like, if they could trade.
yeah,
Okay, so say you're Cleveland. I know you have issues with Boston, but if they offered you Robert Williams and Gordon Hayward and a future first from them, not the Memphis pick, do you do that for Kevin Love?
I don't know.
Gordon Hayward. That's
Because that's the only way to get the salary to work. It's not an expiring.
uh
It expires then the year after. It gives Cleveland kind of a scorer and maybe somewhere where he could revive his career.
that might help Cleveland as well. You know what?
I think if you're Cleveland, you say yes because you get off a Love's contract. You get a guy who wants to prove something, and be able to get paid again. A young player in Robert Williams, and then the Celtics, they get a 4 that can space the floor, play a little bit of
Nice.
5.
I don't think he would.
Yeah, Love can play a little bit of 5. I know he doesn't like it, but tough shit.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, I really like that idea. I was thinking about doing a 2K rebuild around that, but
Well, okay. Anyway, Mark, keep going.
Yeah.
We're talking about 2K. All right, go ahead.
So Celtics, what's it? They got Ennis Canner. They got Taco Fall. The legend.
dude just got a concussion from hitting his head on a doorway.
Dude, poor man, man.
It's tough to be a pimp out here.
Man. All right. Well, number 4, I got the Brooklyn Nets. Like all injuries just caused the team just to go once KD comes back, I feel like they'd be like a strong number 2, number 1 possibly, next year. But I mean, they're still gonna be decent. Kyrie, Dinwiddie, Jaren Allen, like all of them are gonna pretty good.
I really think Kyrie's gonna be really good. I don't know.
Yeah. Number 3, I got Toronto Raptors.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like without Kawhi, without DeRozan, they don't really have like a lead. Like they don't have
Yeah,
like
is it
someone.
Siakam?
Yeah.
Like, is Siakam ready for that kind of role? That's what I'm really kind of concerned about, because I think they're
He
going to
was.
roll Anunoby. Is that how you say it? OG?
Yeah.
I,
OG. Yeah.
I think he's going to be their 3 now. But, like, games on the line, I mean, I guess you can go to Lowry. It just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. I think by midseason, I think they'll have it figured out and they'll start to go on a little bit of a run. But,
Definitely. It's number 2. I got the Milwaukee Bucks.
bruh.
So, I don't know, man. Like, Giannis. I mean, he has like a 4 main team around him, just not like, um, well, I don't want to say unstable, but like Brooke Lopez, they got Middleton, great 3-pointer. I don't know. I just saw like 76ers above them. Like, if it wasn't for the 76ers, I'd
Wow,
definitely
thanks for
put
spoiling your one pick. We had no idea.
I mean, it was the last one, so I mean, 76ers, they just got all the assets. Like, there's no way they can't. Like, they got Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Al Horford. Like, they got like backups for like backups.
So what I'm thinking, what if the Sixers like underperform? I doubt they're a second round exit, but let's say they get bounced by the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals in like 5 or 6 games. What do you think they do? Because they wouldn't run it back.
Trade
You can't trade Horford. I don't think anyone would take him.
Tobias.
I think you have to trade Tobias. But
Yeah,
like, who do you get?
A good
Bradley
shooter,
Beal.
probably. Yeah, probably a good shooter.
What about
Or maybe trade
sending
Tobias
Tobias
for, like,
to
shooters.
Minnesota for Rocco back?
Oh my god.
Okay, but like, I don't understand why they made that trade
Chris
because
Paul, yo.
no,
Oh my
no. Why would they trade Rocco? Rocco was like the perfect fit next to Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Like, he can shoot, he plays defense. Like, he was such a great fit
Did
next
they
to
trade him
them.
to get Butler?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was a good trade for Philly, but then
and,
Butler
except they
left,
lost
so-
Butler.
Yeah,
You basically
If they lose
traded
Butler, eventually-
Jimmy Butler, Rocco, and Sarge for Josh Richardson. I don't know.
Wow. I mean, they also got Mike Scott. He's a great 3.
Mike Sky's he's not a great 3-pointer shooter.
Or
He's gotten a lot better.
when-
He's a decent
when he's
six
on
man.
point, yeah.
Yeah, like because I remember there was a game he heated up against the Bucks, and like I'd like Mike Scott, but like you never really know. He's hit and miss, literally.
But yeah, that's my 1 through 8.
So are we in the West now?
Yeah, we're on the West.
Oh boy. All right. So I have 2 teams tied for 15, and I don't know who I really want to put at 15. I think I'm gonna put the Suns because I like the team at 14 more. Booker is Booker. Aiton's out for 25 games with, I think, what was it, PEDs? There's some kind of drug he's
Yeah.
out.
We're both testing you. He tests positive.
Kelly Oubre's pretty cute. Kaminsky they added. I don't know. I don't see it. They're so bad. And if they could have got Ja instead of, what was his name, Cam Johnson, I feel like they would be a really good team. But this next draft is point guard heavy. Even if they fall to like 6 or 7 again, they should still be able to get a point guard. And you have to get a guy. Rubio's not the answer. I don't know. I mean, it's still the first like true point guard that Booker's played with so far, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's whatever. Next up, I have Memphis. I love Ja a lot. I think he's going to be a top 5 point guard eventually. I just love his play style. I think he has a lot of potential in defense. Jaren Jackson looks like he could be a really good 4 or even a good 5. He's not a great rebounder for his size, but it's whatever. He can shoot the ball a little bit. You still have Valanciunas. If they can add like an Anthony Edwards, they're going to be really fucking good. Next up, I have the Pelicans. I didn't say the records. I see them around like 25 or 26 wins. Pelicans, I have a 30-52. Zion's probably not going to play a lot. He's needs to lose weight. I don't care what David Griffin says. He's lying through his teeth. The dude can't be, 290 pounds and landing on his knees like that. It's just not going to work. You have like Ingram, Ball. I don't know. I don't really like most of their team. I think they're kind of overrated. A lot of people see them as like a potential 8 seed. I just don't see it at all. They couldn't do it with AD. They're not going to do it with Lonzo and Ingram. Next up, I have the T-Wolves. Around like 36 wins-ish. Cat could have like an MVP type year. Rocco could average 15 and 45% from 3, and I still don't think they win 40 games. They traded Saric to move up 6 spots to get Jared Culver, and I really like Culver. Apparently there was a report they were trying to get Garland because they thought Cleveland was going to take Culver, and then they took Garland, so then they just panicked and took Culver. So it was kind of an L, but Wiggins sucks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have OKC, about like 41 and 41, somewhere around there. They have really good players. Like Chris Paul is definitely really good. And not maybe at this stage, but you have guys like Gallo, Shai Gilgeous, Alexander. They should be a decent team. I think they're going to be pretty fun to watch. You still have, Roberson, and yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if maybe Steven Adams gets traded to like a Boston or a Dallas. Speaking of Dallas, my 10 seed, don't really buy them. It's Luka and it's Kristaps. Kristaps might struggle a little bit out the gate. They have a few shooters around him, but I don't see this team as somebody that I would honestly be afraid of if I was another team. If Luka plays at like a second team All NBA level, so does Porzingis, they could probably get the 8 seed, but we'll see. And then my 9 seed, I have the Golden State Warriors. Curry could average 35, and this team just doesn't have a bench. Like, they cut Alfonso McKinney, which I don't get. I know Warriors fans don't like him, but he's better than a lot of what they have on that team. If you ask me to name 8 players, I think I could name like 6. They just don't have a bench at all. Marquise Chris, Willie Cauley-Steiner, your centers, and Kevon Looney. So I guess they do have some decent 5 depth for once. I want to see how D'Lo fits, but I think he could be traded in the offseason. I think that's going to do it for mine. Prucho?
All right, now we're going to go to my 15 through 9. Number 15, we have the worst probable team the second worst team in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. Aiton's out for 25 games now. That was their second best young player, and they just lost him, just like that. And Devin Booker's good. He might do 20 points a game, good maybe. But after that, I don't really see that much stuff. Ricky Rubio's alright, I guess. And then, yeah, they need to get better young players. I don't know, the drafting is pretty bad. Number 14, I have the Grizzlies. They slightly improved with John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. obviously is there, but they still need time to develop. Obviously, once they develop, they'll have good people at high levels.
I don't want to cut you off. What is their pick protected this year? Is it top 5?
I don't even know. I have to research that later.
Okay, because I feel bad if they would end up 6. Say they fall from the 2, projected 2 to 6, and Boston gets their pick. Because if they can just get their pick this year and add an Anthony Edwards, they would be really, really good. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Number 13, I have the Timberwolves. Pretty obvious why they're bottom 3 of the West. I mean, they have Jared Culver, who's alright, I guess. They have Cat, their all-star. They have Wiggins, who's been underperforming a lot.
Underperforming. Dude fucking sucks. Can I talk about Wiggins? Honestly, that dude is he's so bad. He's so bad.
Later. Right?
I don't get how for real. This dude, every year people are like, oh, this is gonna be the year that Wiggins steps up and he averages 25. No, it's not. He will never do shit. He's a perpetual underperformer because he got paid and he just stopped giving a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't play defense. He's inefficient as fuck.
Sounds like Whiteside to me.
He's the Whiteside of small forwards.
Pretty much. All right. Anyway, next. Number 12, I have the Sacramento Kings. Now, this could completely depend on how the players do. Buddy Hield is one big X factor to me. like how they finish. They can finish like number 9, maybe number 10.
Wait, you have the Kings at 12?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, with the Kings, they have obviously they're nice core players, but like I would like to see them prove themselves first, and then I'll give more confidence to them. But right now, they're unproven. Maybe if they prove themselves, I'll give a better seeding to them. Number 11, we have the OKC Thunder. I think they'll do better than the worst of the league. They'll be like the middle of the road kind of team because they have Chris Paul and Gallinari and you have all these good players. But if I were them, I'd treat all of them. Just get more young assets instead of having Chris Paul there. Yeah, and they have Steven Adams, of course. They're a good center. But I see them. They want to trade Chris Paul and Gallinari at the trade deadline, so they'll probably do that and pull that off. And then pretty much the Thunder. Number 10, I have the Pelicans. The Pelicans, obviously, they have a nice young core, but Zion keeps getting injured. He got injured the preseason, and I got injured now, and he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. If he keeps getting injured, he'll be like a Greg Oden, Anthony Bennett type of player. He's a bust.
I would say
don't want that to
Anthony
happen.
Bennett.
I don't care. But
Anthony
yeah.
Bennett was just bad.
Yeah, but his injuries could affect him and his athleticism. So I'm kind of scared for Zion. Hopefully he loses weight, like Ben said. He can't be 290. He's 6'5", running around like a freaking frog and everything.
I think he's 6'7".
Oh, same. No, I don't care. Same thing.
I mean, yeah.
All right, number 9. You guys are gonna get shocked at me. I actually have the Portland Trailblazers here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the thing with them, I mean, the West is pretty tight. I mean, I see all the teams like being over them. Damian Lillard's nice, obviously. McCollum, all of them are good. Rodney Hood's still there, and they added Nasir Little.
Oh, I know why. It's because they added Whiteside.
Yeah, now that Whiteside's there, he has to prove himself because the last 2 years at the Heat, he sucked, and he didn't want to perform. We'll see how he does now. And obviously, if the trade for Kevin Love, he'll be at the Blazers will be like top 5 maybe, top 6 for the West. But right now I have them at 9. All right, that's it for me. Marvin, you can go now.
All right, so for East, we got 15 to 9.
West.
Oh my god.
Oh, West. Right. West. West, we got
I fucking
15,
hate you.
Memphis Grizzlies. So, like most underperforming teams, they just have a young core. They haven't developed anything yet. Like Ja Morant, is it Jaren Jackson? Like they just need to develop, and then I'm sure they'll be a better team. Number 14, we got the Phoenix Suns. Especially with like Aiton's like suspension, I don't think they'll be doing. I mean, with him, I don't even think they'll be doing that good. So I just put them at 14. 13, I got the Oklahoma City Thunder. So,
Wow for me.
Wow.
yeah, I don't think Chris Paul is gonna stay in the Thunder. I don't know.
Wait, I have a
they're
question, Persia. You probably know this. Is Chris Paul coming off the bench or is Shea? Or like are they running like the
Chris Paul
two?
starting.
yeah, the other boat. Yeah.
Wait, so is Shea at the 2?
Yeah, she's the
Oh
two.
my god, that's horrible. Why?
I think.
Because of
Yeah,
Chris
keep going,
Paul,
Marvin.
man. Shit. Yeah, but I just don't see them as a good team as of right now. Like Steve Adams, like
Well, yeah,
I
they
wish
also
got
could
traded.
trade their whole fucking team away by the
Yeah.
deadline. Like Steven Adams could go to, let's just say, the Mavericks. Gallo
Steve
to
Adams,
like
man, yeah.
the Nets, maybe. Just a team that needs scoring. And then guys like maybe Roberson that are expiring to a team for just like seconds. Like they could just have nobody and lose out. I don't know. It's possible.
Number 12, I got the Utah Jazz.
What?
The Jazz?
Yeah.
Why?
You're kidding, right?
No.
Why?
No, nah, why?
Wait, first give us your why, then we'll see what.
Yeah, I need to hear the why.
What do you mean? Wait, no.
The Jazz.
Yeah, the Jazz. What did they have?
Donovan Mitchell.
They added
Rudy
Mike
Gobert,
Conley and Bojan Bogdanovic.
No, but
Joe Ingles.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I
like
don't.
who you going.
Their starting 5 is probably like a top 6 starting 5 in the league.
I mean, Joe Ingles, he's inconsistent.
If he's your worst
Jeffrey-
starter, like if he's your fifth best starter, that's a really good starting five.
like the only like consistent player that they have is like Donovan Mitchell. Like,
He's
everyone
not
else
even
is-
that consistent. I would say
No,
Mike
no.
Conley's probably more consistent.
I
Rudy
don't know.
Gobert. Mitchell has nights
Rudy-
where he just doesn't like do anything. He'll have like 14 points on 4 of 22 shooting.
I
Rocket
mean,
series.
Emmanuel, Mudiay, I don't know.
Moody, this guy.
Dude,
Alright, just
no,
keep
there's
going,
no
keep
way.
going.
No.
Keep going. I'm here for a
Motherfucker's about to say
No.
Rockets.
Okay. We're gonna run this tape back, right? When the playoffs happens and they're gonna be number 12.
No.
Yeah. No, I swear.
No, I
Alright.
swear. Yeah, you can swear the fuck you want.
We'll look at this video and we'll be like, oh, Marvin was smart, or he was retarded as hell. Alright, keep going.
Literally.
It's number 11, Minnesota Timberwolves.
How are the
Who are the
T-Wolves
Jazz?
better than the Jazz?
Dude, oh my god.
Can I say a reason?
They got Cat, they got Wiggins, the greatest player of all time, and yeah, number 10, Sacramento Kings. Buddy Hield, Fox. I mean, I'd just say they need like a good power forward. To be honest, I don't.
They have Bagley. They need a center,
Well, he's young. So.
I guess.
Like a veteran.
Yeah, or like they don't have any veterans. Like period.
I thought the Harrison Barnes was an overpay, but like he's a good fit on the team.
Yeah. Everyone just wants money, bro. Well. Alright, who's your final? Who's your final
Utah
team?
should have been above, but oh well. Too late.
Alright, who's your final?
Wait, what'd you
team?
say?
I said maybe Utah should have been like a spot or two above, but it's okay. Dallas Mavericks for number 9. I don't see them coming to the playoffs. Like they have a good team and stuff. Like they're just like Kristaps is new to they just need to develop. I'm sure they'll get good. Stuff.
Yeah, they'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're gonna go to number 8 through 1. Ben starts off first.
All right. My number 8 seed, I have the Sacramento Kings with about a 46-36 record.
Wow.
I'm a huge believer in De'Aaron Fox. I think he's like, it's like if Westbrook had a Kyle Korver on his team with Buddy Hield then. And he never had that kind of shooting other than Durant, but Durant was also like kind of that ISO guy where Buddy Hield can, he's okay with catch and shoot. Buddy Hield's the guy you can have on any team and you'd be successful. I really like the Kings. I think they're going to surprise a few people. I also could see them winning like 32 games. So I don't really know for sure, but I like the Kings. So I think they're going to be the 8 seed and just edge out the Warriors. 7 seed, I have the San Antonio Spurs. I think the Spurs could win like 55 games. I have them at 48-34. The Spurs, like, they didn't have a point guard really for most of last year. They had Derek White, but I don't know, he's not amazing. Patty Mills, but they add a all defensive kind of guy in DeJounte. You have DeRozan, you have Aldridge. That's a really good team. If Pirtle can step up and be a decent center for them, I think they could honestly win 50 games, but we'll see. Next up, I have Portland, 49-33. Part of this is I'm kind of banking on them to make a move. I'm kind of sick of them just standing by and not doing anything. McCollum and Lillard, I think you saw the most. What they're going to do is get you to the Western Conference Finals, and that's playing some not so great teams to get there. Denver's a good team, but they weren't really ready yet. If they can get a Kevin Love or maybe a Gallinari, I think that'd be a good fit too. They just need another guy. Next up, I have Utah, about 50-32. Like I said to Marvin, they have one of the best starting fives in the league. Their bench is kind of questionable. They got Ed Davis from the Nets, which I thought was a really good pickup. Pretty cheap too. I think it was like 2 years, like $5 million, something like that. Good energy guy off the bench. Never a guy that's like gonna complain or really cause a locker room kind of issue. So I like them. I think at worst they're like a 7 seed just because the West is so good. But Next up, I have the Rockets at 51-31. I don't know if Westbrook and Harden are going to work out. If just looking up and down their roster, if they start fighting like mid-season, I think they try to trade Westbrook. I doubt it happens, but like that team, they just need somebody. Like they're another team that could really use a Gallinari, but I don't think it's going to happen. What do I have next? I have the Lakers at 54-28 as my third seed. I think LeBron's going to have some load management. Anthony Davis always has, bullshit injuries and misses 25 games. He'll have like a right thumb sprain and miss a week. I just don't trust their shooting. Their bench is not great. Who's their fifth guy? You have your LeBron, you have your AD, Kuzma. I'm missing somebody. Shit.
KCP.
No, not KCP. Anybody but KCP.
McGee.
Danny Green.
Danny Green, yeah. Is it Caruso? You need a guy, like, I don't know. I like to have at least 5 guys I know can make a shot if it counts. And I think the Lakers have 4. They're absolutely a team that can make a move at the deadline. They have some expirings, good contracts, good people, not great.
Kostas.
Yeah, Kostas, the beast. I think, if say Anthony Davis plays like 70 games, LeBron plays around 70, I think they could win 60 games, but I think they're going to have some load management. Number 2, I actually have the Clippers at 57-25. I think it's the same thing. Kawhi's not going to play everything or every game. Paul George, is he out like a month? When does he come back?
November,
so about a month. It's not crazy to say that like their bench is still really good. It's the same team from last year basically, just without Gallinari. But like adding Kawhi, but if Kawhi's not in, then yeah. They're still really good. They just maybe, I don't know. Their bench is amazing. Like in the playoffs, they're probably going to be the best team. But I think there's one team that probably cares a little bit more about the regular season than the Clippers do, and that would be the Denver Nuggets, who have as my 1 seed, 63-19. I'm a huge Michael Porter Jr. fan. I remember talking to Marvin before or during that draft, and he was praying that he would slip to the Wizards, and they ended up getting Troy Brown because the Nuggets took him. I think he's going to be really good. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not sure. I still see it. The dude can score at any level, wherever. I don't like Gary Harris. I think he's like my least favorite player in the league. He's ugly, and he also kind of sucks. Jamal Murray's overpaid. Like, it's such a good team, but I think they're going to start shooting themselves in the foot. Like, you don't give Jamal Murray a complete max. Jokic is amazing, obviously. But I think they're a team that's going to, they're really deep. So even in those games where they got to rest a few dudes, they're still going to be really good. And I think, like I said, they're going to care a lot about the regular season. A lot more than, say, Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, But yeah, that's my 15 for the West.
All right, now we're going through my playoff teams for the West. Number 8, I have the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so I have faith in the Mavericks. I think they'll perform really well with now that they have Kristaps Porzingis. I think he'll do really well. And now they have Doncic coming up second year after the Rookie of the Year. But he's going to do exceptionally good, as always. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. They have pretty nice depth in their bench.
Is Doncic playing the point guard, or is he a small forward?
He's a small forward, I'm pretty sure.
So who are they starting? Delon Wright?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
They just have Seth Curry on their bench. Pretty nice.
Overpaid.
Yeah, also that. Number 7, I have the San Antonio Spurs. Like, how could you not put the Spurs in the playoffs? They have Popovich as their head coach. The best
They made it like,
NBA.
the last 22 years?
Yeah, without missing a single time. They have DeRozan. Honestly, the only problem DeRozan needs to shoot better.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, if you could shoot better, the Spurs would have a nice boost. Their 3-point shooting, and then they obviously have Aldridge. They have DeJounte Murray coming back. Yeah, I mean it'll be a pretty nice team. Probably like a first round exit, but this will be pretty good. Number 6 has the Golden State Warriors. I mean, first
Wow.
I don't know how D'Lo's gonna fit with him, and Klay Thompson's be out for like until February. The All
He's
Star break.
actually out he's out for the year. I don't know if you
Yeah, out
saw
for the
that.
year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting them so low. Like,
I have them missing the playoffs. They don't have a bench. There's no
yeah,
Clay coming back.
yeah, but they still have Curry, D'Lo, and Green. I mean, they'll probably win some. They'll probably win at least 40 games, in my opinion.
Okay,
That
but
team.
like, do you think they should bring D'Lo off the bench? Because if Curry's not on the floor, no one can score the ball.
No, I
Like,
feel like he should be the shooting guard because they have nobody
or
else. Really.
maybe like when you have Curry out, you just have to have D'Lo on the floor.
Yeah, it should like change him. All right. And I guess Willie Cauley-Stein was a nice pickup for them if the centers.
He's also out for like 2 months.
Hmm Yeah, so that's why I'm ranking them number 6. Number 5 are the Utah Jazz. Now they have like they're exceptionally good. This starting 5. Mike Conley, that was a nice trade for them. Mitchell, obviously Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert. Like, I don't see like how people could underrate them. An overrate might be like maybe 3 seed, 4 seed, maybe. But then, yeah, I just have them like a good 5th seed, maybe 4 seed if they do better. Then my next team, which is the Los Angeles Lakers, I have LeBron missing like at least 10 plus games and 80 missing. Same thing. Even though they have a nice team, I would like to see more shooting, and I would like to see Caldwell Pope performing better. So far, he's been doing pretty bad, and hope he does better. He scored 1 point in the last game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I honestly pay for that dude.
Is
Danny
there
Green's
like
been pretty
anyone
good.
that's a shooter that's going to be available?
Danny Green.
No, I mean not on the Lakers. Like I'm talking like for trade.
I don't even know. But let's figure it out. Number 3, I have the Denver Nuggets here.
Wow.
The thing with the Nuggets, they have a nice team. Jokic, Murray, the whole team's pretty nice, right? But the real defining point is Michael Porter Jr. Like they spent a whole year waiting for him. Like is he gonna be worth it now? We'll see how he does. Yeah, I hope he does well after his long season injury. Yeah, moving on. Number 2, I have the Clippers. Kawhi's gonna rest. Paul George is probably gonna rest a lot too. So they won't care much about the regular season. And they have a nice bench, obviously. Lil Will, Montrezl Harrell, and what's his name? Um, Stanley Shamit is pretty good as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the bench is pretty nice, and the playoffs will do really well. I think. That's it for the Clippers. Number 1, I have the Houston Rockets. This team cares
Wow.
the most about the regular
Yeah,
season.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I like Westbrook and Harden.
There's only one ball.
Yeah, but they played before. They played together before. I just like them. At
Yeah,
number
but
1.
Harden was off the bench.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, this team care most about the regular season. Like, I don't see any team like the season so much more than them. And every team's gonna be resting the Clippers, Lakers. I don't know. Any other team, I don't see them passing. Maybe the Nuggets. I don't know.
All right.
That's it for me for the West. Right, go ahead, Marvin.
Right. So for me, I got number 8, the New Orleans Pelicans. Um, I think Zion, Ingram, like all of them would be really good, like as a team. I think they'd perform really well. I don't really see. I mean, maybe. I guess Zion does have to lose a little weight, but other than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I mean, they have shooters. They have like a good like defense as well. I don't think.
Yeah, their backcourt is crazy for defense. Lonzo and Drew.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything significantly bad for them. Number 7, I have the Golden State Warriors. Like you said, Ben, I don't think they have a bench, but I mean, I still think they're gonna make the playoffs. Like, there's no way they're not gonna make the playoffs.
All I'm
They
saying
have
is like they could just
D'Lo.
start to get blown out in games. Like there's just
Yeah,
if Curry's
yeah.
not on the floor, I really like and say, what if D'Lo sprains his ankle and he's out for 2 weeks, and Curry's not on the floor? They just don't have a way to score.
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, that could make sense, honestly. But like this is theoretically speaking, they're like both healthy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a good number 7. Number 6, I put San Antonio Spurs. I mean, DeRozan. They got who else they got? DeRozan.
Aldridge.
Aldridge. Oh, dude, man. That guy, dude, that guy's a beast, man. Yeah, but Popovich,
Like the
like,
boringest player in the league.
Popovich, dude, nah,
What does he do that's like special? Like
dude,
he's like Tim
he's
Duncan
like a
like
drummer.
diet. He's
No,
like, you guys ever seen like those fake Mountain Dews, like a Moon Mist and shit like that? Like he's the Moon Mist of power forwards. Like he's like Tim Duncan, but just so watered down that it's not Tim Duncan.
really, I think it's pretty good, honestly. Uh, but number five, I got the Portland Trailblazers. They lost their big man, right, Nurkic.
Yeah,
So I don't see
I
like
think Whiteside.
oh yeah, they got Whiteside now, but we have to see how he performs, like especially with this team. But they
his
got
lazy ass can fucking set a screen.
Lillard and McCollum, like they're like one of the arguably one of the best, like back,
Backwards.
yeah, the whole NBA. Yeah,
Do you guys think that McCollum is overrated or underrated?
Under.
I think it's under. Yeah.
I think he's overrated.
Way stupid. Alright, anyway, keep on, Mark.
I mean,
Number four, I got Houston Rockets. You know, they got Harden and Westbrook. Like they play like similar play style. It's gonna be really hard to get the ball to each of them, like scoring wise. Like I mean, I think their last game, like one of them had like assists and the other one had like rebounds. Like they're like basically like playing against themselves. You know, like they want the stats.
yeah,
they
that's a
want-
good way to put it.
Yeah. So number three, I got the Los Angeles Lakers. But yeah, like you guys said, there's definitely gonna be like some games that LeBron misses, AD, you know, like who do they have? Like, Dwight
Danny
Howard
Green.
at the backup. Danny Green.
They're actually
Like,
starting to win.
KCP, dude. KCP is like trash, man.
Yeah.
Do not,
I
like-
want to point out this dude has a no trade clause, so they can't even get rid of him. Like,
Like, dude, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with that, but yeah.
isn't he the motherfucker that had like an ankle bracelet on from prison?
Oh my
Who's that? Okay.
I'm
I'm pretty sure that was KCP.
I have no idea, but number two, we got Denver Nuggets. Jokic.
Did you say
Murray.
Jokic?
Yeah.
It's Jokic.
Joker.
No. Well, yeah, it's the Joker's. Is okay because his nickname.
Oh, no. Okay, Jokic. My bad.
Thank you.
Jokic and Murray. What else they got?
Murray.
What?
Eat
Is that
shit.
nice,
It's
bro?
not Murray.
Murray.
Murray?
Yeah, Murray.
How do you pronounce Jamal Murray? It's Murry.
You sound like a little sassy girl, Murray.
Exactly, Murray.
No, it's not like that. Whatever.
Wait, what is
Jamal
it then?
Murray.
No,
It's
what?
Murray.
No.
It's Murray.
Murray. Jamal Murray.
Murray?
It's Ja Morant. Jamal Murray.
Exactly. Murray.
What do you mean exactly? Eat shit.
I heard
All
it.
right. Anyways, they got Paul Millsap, you know, Gary Harris the goat. Mason Plumlee, dude, the fucking goat, man.
Okay,
that's,
like how are the Plumleys always on a
what
team?
beast. But yeah, I mean, they do good every regular season. The playoffs, I mean, they don't perform that well.
They went to 7 with
I
the
mean-
Spurs last year.
But number one, Clippers. I'd say Clippers. Just the team that they developed. They have a good bench. They have a good starting.
Is it crazy that like they added Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and they probably still have the best bench in the league?
Yeah, but I wish they didn't lose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, bro. He's such
Dude, if they could have kept him, that team would have been so good. Because like he's such a great passer and defender. I mean, but you still have like Pat Bev who does the same thing.
Yeah. But he was the biggest steal last year. I miss him.
Like if they could have given up like Jerome Robinson and
Montrezl.
they wouldn't have given up Harrell. I mean, I guess they probably wanted Shea. It was the only way they were going to do the deal. Because was he the only player? Oh, no, sorry, Gallinari. Duh.
Only
Wow.
5 first-round picks.
That's insane.
All right. So is that it for the predictions?
I think so.
Now, do we go to the awards? or
Yeah,
the
we're going to do
finals predictions?
awards.
All right. So Marvin, you can start off with the awards.
So for awards, I have MVP as Kyrie Irving.
Wow, I like
I-
that.
I think he's gonna do really good. Honestly, he's in a new team, new environment, new atmosphere.
Like he's got something to prove, you know?
Exactly. Like he's after the chip. Like Like maybe not this year, but I mean next year when he gets KD and dude, that team's gonna
Well, I
be
think also, he
strong.
wants to have the ball and he's going to try and kind of assert dominance before KD gets there. Like, he wants
Yeah,
KD to be the second guy,
yeah,
almost.
and didn't he say he's gonna retire there? So I'm sure he'll be there for a really long time.
Well, he says he wants to retire like 33, so.
Well, I don't know. I think he's definitely gonna be MVP. Like he's already showing MVP status like right now. Like I
Mhm.
mean, I guess it is too early to decide, but I
Yeah.
mean, 50 points in the first game. Like I don't know.
Who's your
Um,
rookie of the year?
Look at the year I put.
Wait, which way are we doing it? We're doing MVP and then rookie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put Cam Reddish. I mean,
Oh,
obviously it's still kind of hard to tell because it's beginning of the season, but I think he'll do pretty good. Like I've seen him in college, and been pretty good. Like Duke, he's been amazing. It was-
I mean, he was so hit and
I
miss. There
mean,
was games he was great, and then just those. I mean, and he also was playing with Zion and Barrett. Those are two high usage guys.
yeah,
But I like that pick. That's a good pick.
I think Zion. I mean, Reddish was good. I mean, like everyone's gonna say Zion. I just had to say
Yeah.
something else. Um, so what's next? What order are you guys going?
Um, do defensive player.
Defensive, I put Jokic, just because he's a beast, man. He's like him or
Wait,
Embiid,
wait,
probably.
wait, wait. Defensive player
Jokic.
of the year, you put Jokic?
Yeah,
That dude sucks at defense.
really? No, I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of
No,
people
I
are saying
mean,
he took a huge jump, but like,
no, I put him at
all right.
defensive player of the year. I mean, he's pretty much like he's almost MVP set. Like that guy's gonna he's gonna win some. Um, what are we going sixth or improved?
Most improved player.
I put for most improved player. I put Thomas Bryant.
I
Um,
hate you.
what, dude? You cannot say he's the most dude. He's already like showing like
No, I
elite
mean, I like
status.
Thomas
No,
Bryant a lot. I think that's fine.
but he's like a growing like center for the Wizards. Still very young. I mean, he's been doing pretty good, honestly. I'd say he gets like he got double doubles like his season opener. I don't know. I don't doesn't do that many turnovers. He's pretty good at rebounding most of the time.
All right.
Yeah. Six man, I put Lou Williams because it's just Lou Williams. Like no one, I don't know. I can't think of any other six. It's
Yeah,
equally
maybe
to
like
him.
Dinwiddie.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, maybe. 'Cause,
No, I like Lou Will's fine. Yeah, and then Coach of the Year.
Doc Rivers because Clippers are gonna win the whole thing.
All right.
So I'd say they just give it to the
Guido.
team.
all right. Now we're on my order. You guys might question some things, but I don't care. Number one MVP, I have Giannis. He's gonna win back to back, in my opinion. He's gonna have a breakout year like last year, but one thing I would improve with him is his shooting and his free throw shooting. I wish he did it better. Besides that, he does everything else pretty well. Defends like a beast. He dunks, obviously, inside threat, everything. Oh my god,
Dude, I
what a
saw this
beast.
tweet that was like, if the paint didn't exist, Giannis wouldn't have a job. I'm like, so how are you gonna play basketball with no paint? Is there just gonna be like a big ass hole in the middle of the floor? Just yeah, you
Yeah, I
can't really
guess
go here. Like no, it's
yeah.
part of his game.
All right, yeah. This is saying this is what people are like Steph Curry wouldn't have a job. Something like that.
Exactly.
Anyway, at number, I mean,
Rookie of the
the
year is
rookie of the
next.
year. Yeah, I have Zion. I think with Zion, he's just a beast. I mean, I don't know what to say about him. He's like the biggest inside threat. He's good at defense. He can dominate. In the preseason, he's doing really well, dropping 20 plus every game. So hopefully he continues to prove that, even though he had a surgery. Yeah,
It was a
I
meniscus,
think
right?
yeah, meniscus.
Damn.
But
I
what
think
happens if he gets injured? He doesn't play at all. Like
If he never
Ben
plays a
Simmons.
game, then he'd be a rookie next year.
yeah, that's true. But yeah,
I doubt
those
that
are Ben
happens.
Simmons. Yeah, I think he'll play them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
He could end
this
up
is
playing
Zion.
like 40 games.
Hmm. Anyway, for defensive player of the year, I have Kawhi Leonard. Obviously the claw. He was the reason why Giannis didn't score as much in the playoffs. He was the best player probably the postseason of last year's playoffs. I mean, he's just Kawhi. He can do it all on both ends. He can score. He can defend multiple positions as well. Like he's pretty good. I have my pick.
And then next up is most improved.
Most improved, I have Jason Tatum.
Okay.
With Tatum, I think I'll have a big leap. This will be his breakout year, like to prove himself that he's like worthy.
Do you think Kemba or Tatum is going to be the number one?
It'll be Kemba, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, but it'll still be like a good second or third option to Kemba. Yeah, I think I'll have a breakout year this year. For the sixth man of the year, I have Lou Williams. I mean, I don't really see another better sixth man than Lou Williams. Last year was pretty unanimous. Who's also going to win the sixth man of the year? He's just such a beast. Like he could score like 20 plus every game in the playoffs. As a sixth man as well, like it's pretty crazy. And he doesn't even want to start, so like he's just crazy on the bench. Coach of the year, Doc Rivers. Pretty obvious. He's gonna win the finals, maybe. It depends.
It is a regular season award, so just keep that in mind.
I know. I'm saying what he could do.
Yeah.
And I feel like he can prove himself in the regular season. That he's really good. Kawhi and Paul George. That's it for our awards.
Alrighty, so MVP, the very unbiased pick, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, I know, like, as a Bucks fan, it's, you're going to say it's biased. I don't see, Kawhi's probably not going to play enough games. Curry's not going to win enough games. I think it has to be Giannis. As long as there's still a 1 seed, winning 60 games and he's Giannis, it just, I think it's, I don't think it's a huge race for a lot of people. Harden is probably going to be in there again just because he's an amazing scorer. But I'm going to stick with Giannis. I think he'd be the clear-cut favorite right now. Rookie of the year, I have Ja Morant. I talked about him earlier. He's probably already one of my top 5 favorite players. I love his play style, love his potential. And I don't think Zion's going to play enough games. I love Reddish, but I don't know. With Trae Young there, is he going to be able to score enough? Because, like, in Memphis, he could be this, the number 1 option and average, like, 20 and 8. So, we'll see. A sleeper I have, too, is Kevin Porter Jr. for the Cavs. I don't think he's going to win it, but I think he's actually going to be pretty good. So, we'll see. What's up next? Is it, it's Defensive Player of the Year. So, I've been thinking about this for, like, 2 weeks. I don't really know. Because, like, I don't think they were going to give us a Rudy, like, 4 times in a row. I have Giannis just because, like, they didn't want to give it to him last year because he was going to win MVP. I think now that he wins another one, they don't regard that as high. Like, they maybe just start to think, he's the best defensive player on the best team. It definitely could be Rudy again. It could be Embiid if he plays enough games. Defensive Player of the Year is pretty subjective. It's usually just a crapshoot with Rudy Gobert. Most improved, I have Jonathan Isaac. If he could average, like, 17 points, 4 boards, and, like, 2 assists, and then shoot really well, and, like, efficiently, like, say, 38% from 3, 49% from the field, and, like, 80 from the line, and play amazing defense like he already does, I think he's got a really good chance. He's super, super young, super athletic. And yeah, I think he definitely has a good shot. What's up next? Is it Sixth Man of the Year? I think.
Yeah.
I have Lou Will, and it seems really boring because we all picked him, but like the dude averages 20 off the bench. Like they're just gonna keep giving it to him because he deserves it. He should start for most teams, and he just doesn't. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna really dive too much more into that. Coach of the Year, I have Mike Malone for the Nuggets. Like I said, I think they're gonna win 62 plus games, 63, somewhere in that range. I think they're going to see that they only have 1 star, and Jamal Murray's like a half star, and they're going to be like, wow, that's really impressive, and give him some consideration. I think Doc Rivers will be in there, Budenholzer for the Bucks. Kenny Atkinson is the one to sleep on a little bit for the Nets. So I think that's it. And then finals predictions. Do we want to do that real quick?
Yeah.
So if we're doing reverse order, it'd be me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have the Bucks over the Clippers in 7. Yeah, I know, biased. Get your laughs out now. I think it's funny.
You're biased.
Yeah. So, Giannis, I don't. everyone says, like you said, I believe for your Kawhi as Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi wasn't the primary defender on Giannis. It was just like Serge Ibaka, Gasol, and Kawhi would all clamp in, and then just the Bucks shooters weren't hitting it, so he started trying to force stuff. I think as long as the Bucks can hit shots and he doesn't lose his confidence, I think Giannis is gonna play really well against that team. If they have like Montrezl Harrell out there, he's gonna body him because Montrezl Harrell is like 6'8", I think. Giannis is almost 7 foot. I just don't see it. They're not as talented as defensively, oriented as Toronto was last year with Gasol and Serge Ibaka. The Clippers, it's Kawhi and Paul George. They got a shot.
All right. My prediction for the finals, I have the Clippers beating the Milwaukee Bucks in 6 games. Well, the thing with the Clippers, they took the Warriors 6 games last year with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, with it was just a good bench. Like they didn't have any like real true good starters to like be All-Star worthy. And now they had Kawhi and Paul George.
I mean, they had Gallo.
Yeah, and they lose only Gallo and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, that's a good trade-off.
That's true.
And they still have their good-ass bench. The team of the Bucks, they're a good team. But I don't think they can outperform the good bench of the Clippers. I mean, that's really what defines most of it, their depth.
Well, like, if the Clippers have the best bench, are the Bucks at least consideration for, like, top 3 with maybe, like, the Nuggets?
Maybe.
All right, Marvin.
So, yeah, Marvin.
I'd say Clippers against the 76ers in 6.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think the 76ers would outlast the Bucks. Like, just because the Bucks only have, like, Giannis too. Like everyone in the 76ers could probably guard Giannis. Or, like, they can all box him out, I'd say. And, like, they have good shooters as well. So I think they would go over
the 76ers?
Yeah. And go on.
They're not a good shooting team.
I wouldn't. I mean, they can all box out. Like, what I'm saying is, like, they have a really big team, and, like, I don't think they'd, like, let
like
them
what?
score. Like, allow them. I don't know. Like, they wouldn't allow them score.
Well, what he's trying to say is, like, that they're basically going to do what Toronto did and just wall them out.
It's better, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like, try to. Yeah, these. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise me. And Bucks will be in finals, but overall, it's Clippers definitely going to win.
Okay. I don't think we have anything else. Any sleeper team that you wanted to just talk about real quick that you don't have in the playoffs, but you think could be in?
Oh, that's a good question. What about them Thunder?
Only way the Thunder make it if they don't sell like their pieces off and maybe add like I don't know, what do they even really need help at? Point, they're amazing. Shooting guard, they have a good defensive. Probably small forward.
We're talking about Roberson. He's coming back.
Yeah, I'm saying Roberson's pretty good. Maybe a Gordon Hayward, and they traded like Steven Adams. I don't know. I mean, I think mine would probably be. I mean, I didn't have the Warriors making it. But that's kind of lame to say. I'm gonna pick Dallas, I guess. Dallas could probably win.
Yeah.
I think their peak is like 48 wins, and that will get you in the West. Yeah. Like if they were in the East, they probably win.
They'll probably be like a 5th seed, 6th seed.
I think they're probably maybe 4, and win like 50 games. I don't know.
All right, Martin, do you have any super teams?
No, I was gonna say the Dallas Mavericks as well.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
All right, I think that's gonna wrap up the first episode of the Castify Podcast. This was an hour and 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
I didn't realize it was that long. Holy shit! Because I wanted to get some Subway.
It felt like half an hour. Oh.
My God.
Wow.
Well, anyway, yeah, if you watch this whole thing, we appreciate you for watching. Obviously, we'll do more of these in the future. Have any topics you guys suggest?
Hopefully, like once a weekend at least.
If Marvin, of course, joins.
Yeah, if we can get Marvin to, get online for more than 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, all right.
All right, I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, thank you all for watching.
Yep.
Take your time. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Ciao.